So I've heard people say this term that I never quite understood. Like I never could quite comprehend this phrase. Have you guys ever heard people say, I'm afraid of success? Like, have you guys ever heard people say that? Like, I've heard people say that. Like, I've been in communities, masterminds, I've had coaches for many years. And I've heard people say on several occasions this phrase that I have a really challenging time wrapping my brain around, which is, I'm afraid of success, right? And every time I hear this, I'm always wondering in the back of my mind, like, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean when somebody says, I'm afraid of success? Like, it's so weird, right? And so then recently I heard another phrase, and this one is more common that we've heard of, which is self-sabotage, right? And so what I've heard as a health coach, as a business coach, is I've heard people express their fear of success. And then I've heard them kind of back it up with, and I have proof of this because I often self-sabotage when I get kind of close or when I get, near that when I'm on the precipice of the wind, right? Good morning, Instagram. Hey, y'all. And so I didn't quite understand what I'm afraid of success meant for a long time until yesterday. I had a student in our farm to table plant based coaching program say something, and I was like, got it. Got it. Okay. So good morning, John. Good morning, Nisha. So your lives are always good. Now the pressure is on. Now I gotta deliver today, right? The pressure. um, but I promise y'all, I don't want to be on here long today. I promise you I don't want to be on here long today, but I want to talk about um the responsibility of being healthy, right? Like what happens for people when they are met with the responsibility of being healthy. And this is kind of a let me set the tone for today. This is an advanced topic, right? What I'm going to share today, and which won't be long, I swear, I'm going to try and keep it so short, is an advanced topic. It's a kind of an advanced way of thinking when it comes to health. But I had a student, let me tell you what my catalyst for this conversation was. I had a student in our farm to table plant-based coaching program yesterday, and she got on a mic. We were going around the room sharing updates, all of that stuff, right? And she said something that was so interesting to me. In our plant-based coaching program yesterday, she said, I was afraid of joining this class because I knew I would be successful. She said, I was afraid of joining this class because I knew I would be successful. So first of all, shout out to us, right? And all of the great work and receipts that we have over the years for getting people healthy and being successful, because she couldn't have known that without receipts. But the other part was, and that's not what she was referring to, but she said, I was afraid of joining this class. I was afraid of joining Farm to Table plant-based coaching program because I was afraid of being successful. And I'm like, afraid of being successful, but I knew exactly what she meant. And that's the catalyst for today's conversation. Some of us, like, because it's baffled me for a long time. Like, I don't understand why, if you feel unwell, if you're overweight, if you are battling chronic health challenges, I'm talking about gut issues, skin issues, for women, painful periods, for men, erectile dysfunction. If you are uncomfortable in your body, if you're insecure in your body, if you have just random aches and pains, if you have, and then the big stuff, hypertension, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, kidney failure, if you have an autoimmune condition, if you get sick all the time, if you have all of this stuff, as a health coach for nearly a decade, I'm constantly in my head like, I don't understand why anybody needs more than the strategy. Like it'd be blowing my mind. Like I don't understand. Like once I give you the blueprint, if you don't feel well, it should be all gas, no brakes. Like that's how I used to look at it, right? Before I started understanding people better, and before I started putting my degree in psychology to work, I didn't understand why anybody would need anything more than the strategy. Like if I tell you the strategy for losing weight, if I tell you the strategy for controlling your blood sugar, if I tell you the strategy for having energy all day, if I tell you the strategy for eliminating brain fog, if I tell you the strategy for correcting your nutritional deficiencies, I don't understand why it's all gas and no brakes. I never understood it until yesterday when she came to class and she said, I was afraid of joining this program because I knew I would be successful. I'm like, got it. Lisa, you are thinking that being healthy is all perks. You are thinking that being healthy is all pro, no con. Like this is how foolish I've been as a coach. For all of these years, I've been thinking that there are nothing but pros to being successful and no cons. This is how foolish I am. The entire time, the hundreds of people that I've coached, they all knew better. They all knew that being healthy is not all pros. Like if you were sitting down and making a list, pros on one side and cons on the other, there are going to be some things on the con. I thought getting healthy physically, I thought getting healthy emotionally, I thought getting healthy spiritually was all pros. I'm like, you about to look good, you about to feel good, you about to, have energy. You're not gonna be on you're not gonna have to take time off work for being sick. Like, what? You can turn your sick days into vacation. I thought, y'all, I just gotta apologize to the whole world for being this ignorant this long. My. I thought being healthy was all pros and no cons until she came in the class yesterday and said, I didn't want to join this class because I knew I would be successful. Okay, here's the cons of being healthy. And now I get it. Now I get why when we give you guys the blueprint, like when me and my team, when coaches give you guys the blueprint on how to feel better, on how to get over that grief, the depression, the anxiety, the food addiction, the emotional roller coaster. Like when we give you the blueprint, like, oh, you got type 2 diabetes. Oh, I could tell you how to correct that with a plant-based diet. That's light work. Like, I didn't even know I was gonna come on here and have this level of a revelation. But I used to think that everybody only needed this strategy, and till she told me she had a fear of success. So let me explain to you guys the responsibilities that come with being healthy. Now that I understand why you guys have been avoiding them, because there's a group of us when it comes to being unhealthy, physically, mentally, emotionally. There's a group of us that are staying unhealthy for reasons that we all expect and know. Like they don't know better, they only, maybe they live in a food desert, right? There's inequities, and so they have a limited access to fresh fruits and vegetables, and or they have the literacy level might be low, the education status might be low. We know lower education status is correlated with poorer health outcomes, right? So there's a group of people among us, right, for whom we should all be advocating for, right? We should be going out our way to educate people. We should be going out our way to advocate for access. We should be ensuring that us who have mastered knowledge around health and wellness, or us who have had transformation ourselves, we're doing what we can to pull each other up. You might be volunteering in a health and wellness ministry at church, or doing something as part of your sorority or fraternity, like making sure if health is a meaningful value system to you, that you are educating others, because there's those of us who haven't been educated on this stuff and don't have access to this information and really need help from the rest of society to better understand health. That's one group of people. That's not who I'm talking to today. I'm talking to the rest of y'all. I'm not talking to the people who have limited access, limited education, limited literacy. I'm not talking to the people who every day got to make a decision between eating and paying their rent. I'm not talking about those people. That's a different type of health problem. Okay, so let's put that aside for a second. I'm talking to the rest of y'all. I'm talking to those of you who have the resources. I'm talking to those of you who know better, who knew better. I'm talking to those of you who have coaches and possibility models. I'm talking to those of you who were raised in a semi-healthy house. I'm talking to those of you who travel and who have been exposed to, you're not supposed to be eating that mess. Like, you ain't supposed to be back in that drive-thru again. Like, you're supposed to be exercising. Like, you can't even wrap your brain around the fact why you don't drink enough water every day. I'm talking to y'all. I'm not talking about those people who really need help from society at large because they have some socioeconomic challenges with health. I'm talking to those of you who are watching me right now, who have jobs, who have discretionary income, who have access, who have knowledge, skills, ability, right? Who are like middle class, upper middle class. Like, I'm talking to y'all. I never could understand y'all. Like I could never understand why you had all of these resources and you insist upon continuing to eat yourself to death. Like I didn't understand y'all, but now I got it. I understand now you don't want to stay unhealthy. What you want to do is avoid responsibility of being healthy. There's a difference. Right? Like you, of course, you didn't wake up. Like you have no desire to continue to be overweight. You have no desire to continue to feel aches and pains. You have no desire for your stomach to hurt every time you eat because you keep eating that mess. You have no desire to have food addiction. And so you don't have a desire to stay unwell, but you do have a desire to avoid the responsibility that comes with being well. I finally get y'all. I finally got your number. I finally can yell at y'all on a more consistent basis. Because for the life of me, I'm like, why, when people know something doesn't make them feel good, do they continue to engage in the behavior? Do they continue to eat the same mess, right? Now I got it. You're not trying to stay unwell, but you are trying to avoid the responsibility of being well. Lisa, what are the responsibilities that comes with being healthy that I'm avoiding? Right? Since you know me so well. That's what y'all said. Since you know me so well. What responsibilities am I avoiding? And that's why I continue to self-sabotage. Why do I keep staying in stressful situations? Why do I keep on staying up late when I know I don't operate well off no sleep? Why won't I take myself to bed? It's the responsibility of being healthy that you're avoiding. What are the responsibilities of being healthy? Let's go over 3 of them. Here's the first one, and this is the simplest one that we all know. There's a physical responsibility that becomes with being healthy. There's a physical responsibility that comes with being healthy. Like, as someone who prides herself in being a 12 out of 10 when it comes to health, okay, 12 out of 10, right? I understand the physical responsibility of being healthy. Like, I understand that, like, this morning when I woke up, right, after I had my mastermind meeting this morning, I had the responsibility of going to the gym this morning. Like, and I have that responsibility 6 days a week. Like I'm at like what am I going to go run today? Am I going to go lift today? Am I doing yoga today? Like what am I? There's a physical responsibility that comes with being healthy that you got to uphold. Like I understand that if I want to continue to have the mental clarity and the high level of concentration and creativity that I have, and if I want to continue to have the recall that I have, and if I want to continue to have access to all of the intellect that I've acquired over the years, if I want my brain to be sharp is what I'm saying, then I understand that I got to go in here and eat these plants every damn day. Like I understand that I have to eat the antioxidants if I want to continue to dodge COVID. I understand that I got to eat the berries if I want to continue to have high immunity. Like I understand that I have to cook my food if I'm really trying to be low oil, because if I go out here and let all these other people cook it, they're going to dump a whole bunch of salt, oil, and sugar in my food. There's a physical responsibility that comes with being healthy. There's a physical responsibility that comes with being healthy. That's the first responsibility that the overwhelming majority of you guys are avoiding when you stay unwell. It's not that you want to stay overweight. It's not that you want to stay medicated. It's not that you want food to continue to have more control over you than you have over it. It is the fact that you're avoiding the responsibility of getting your tail up and moving. You're avoiding the responsibility of drinking the water. You're avoiding the responsibility of having to say no to the junk and say yes to the stuff that actually fuels your body in your brain. You don't want, like, you could do it one time. Hell, you could probably even do it when you put your mind to it for a 30-day challenge, but to continue to do it over and over and over again, day after day, make the same, I just made a decision to work out on Monday. I got to make the same smart decision on Tuesday. That's a lot of responsibility. Like, dang. I just went to bed at a reasonable time on Monday night. I gotta go to bed on a reasonable time on Tuesday night too. That's a lot of responsibility. It's just easier to stay. It's just easier to stay a 6 out of 10. Because Lisa talking about a 12 out of 10, and Lord, that requires me. That requires me to do things repeatedly, like consistently, like diligently, like oh my! I just bought fruit. The fruit and the vegetables is already going bad. I got to go back to the grocery store. I got to cook again. I gotta drive past the pizza place again. Like they got it for me. They say it's hot and ready. I gotta avoid that on 8 days in a row. It's too much responsibility. Some of you guys are staying unhealthy because you're avoiding the responsibility of being healthy. Okay. So the first responsibility you're avoiding is the physical responsibility. Okay. Shout out to Regina on Instagram who says your passion is authority. Come on, Regina. You better pour into you, girl. You better pour into me. Okay. So I understand that responsibility, right? I do. I understand that responsibility. Okay. Here's the second responsibility a lot of you guys are avoiding by being healthy. Okay. The second responsibility that you guys are avoiding by staying unhealthy, should I say, is a social responsibility. So there's a physical responsibility, and then there's a social responsibility. Now, this is a big one. I'm not gonna lie, especially if you have decided to adopt a health practice that kind of puts you in a minority category, right? So, for example, I'm a whole food plant-based vegan, right? So I'm a minority as a woman. I'm a minority as a person of color. I'm a minority as as an entrepreneur in some instances, but I'm really a minority as a whole food plant-based vegan as well, right? Which means places I go to, I'm not accommodated. Like nobody has thought about me. I'm not a premeditated thought. Like, nobody's like whole food plant-based vegan gonna come in here. Let's make sure we got options, right? And so when you live a lifestyle like this and you decide to prioritize your health and you decide to uphold your values no matter what, i.e. have non-negotiables, there's a social responsibility that comes with being healthy. Like, and I know it as a plant-based health coach, our students ask us all the time. They don't just ask us what to eat. They don't just ask us what not to eat. They ask us socially, how do I navigate living a lifestyle and identifying as a plant-based vegan? Like, Lisa, what do I do at weddings? What do I do at family gatherings? What do I do when I travel? Like people are seeing the change in me, Lisa, and they think now I'm an expert. What do I do now that my whole family and my whole circle sees me as an expert? There's a social responsibility that comes with being healthy, whether you like it or not. It's kind of like being a celebrity, like all the rappers where they be like, have you ever heard a rapper say, when somebody accuses them of having a negative influence with their music, and the rapper will say, well, I just want to make music. I'm just an artist. I didn't ask to be a role model. You know what I'm saying? It's like we know you didn't ask, fool. It comes with the job. Goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what being healthy is like. It's like we know you didn't ask to be a role model. We know you didn't ask to become the pseudo expert and a pseudo coach in your family, but it comes with the job. What you mean? I didn't ask for this. You got healthy. You asked for it when you did that set of squats. Like you asked for it when you ate right for a whole year. Like you asked for it when you lost the weight. Like you asked for it when you reversed the hypertension. We know you don't want to be, but it's a responsibility that comes with it. It's like survivor's guilt. You know how people make it. You got the one or two people in your family who made it and they got money and and everybody comes to them for help and money and handouts. That's what being healthy is like. Everybody want to know, like I had to get over it years ago. Like if somebody pinky finger hurt in the family, they calling me. It comes with it. It's the responsibility. You made it. Like you outran the disease in our family. You outran the obesity in our family. Baby, you are it. You are the role model. Get over it. Own your position. You know what I'm saying? You got the fun. You made it. You made it out the hood. Like when you get healthy as a minority, especially as a person of color, especially when over 75% of people of color are overweight or obese, and you ain't, and not because you always been an athlete, but because you lost the weight, baby, you are a role model. There's a social responsibility that comes with being healthy. Own it. But see, partial reason you keep self-sabotaging, part of the reason why you get a little close to your goals and then you let your foot off the gas is because you could be avoiding the responsibility that comes with living as a 12 out of 10. You could be avoiding the responsibility. So that's the second responsibility that comes with being healthy. There's a social responsibility. It is what it is. It is what it is. There's a physical responsibility of doing the work to maintain the results you got. There's a social responsibility of being an example and a possibility model for those who are around you. But here's the last one. I'm gonna tell you the last responsibility that comes with being healthy. And this is the one y'all are really avoiding. Now, those first two y'all might not have thought about like that, right? Like you might have knew it like at a high level, but never really thought of it granularly the way I just broke it down. But let me tell you the last responsibility that comes with getting healthy. And this is the one y'all are really avoiding. This is the one that causes you guys to run back to eating the mess, to drinking the mess, to smoking the mess, to being sedentary. This is the one that causes you guys to go back into relationships with people who stress you out. This is the one that causes you guys to run back to jobs that stresses you out and keeps your blood pressure high. Like this responsibility that I'm about to call out right now, this is the one that causes the self-sabotage. This is the one she was talking about yesterday in Farm to Table when she said, I had to be careful and think twice about joining your program, Lisa, because I knew I would be successful. When she said that, I'm like, ooh, this is the one she was talking about. The final responsibility that you have when you get healthy is a moral responsibility. Okay. You are now morally obligated to be radically obedient to the thing God has called you to do. Do you know how scary that is for people? I had somebody in Farm to Table a couple semesters ago, and she said, there's a part of me that doesn't want to get healthy because now I'm going to have to do everything I said I was going to do. I said, I throw this whole soft cloth at you. What? The brain is a crazy place. The mind is a crazy place to navigate. She said, there's a part of me that has not been giving my all to this process. There's a part of me that has not been showing up fully because I know once I lose the weight, once I get off the blood pressure meds, like once I feel better, I am now responsible for the things I said. I got to write the book now, baby. I got to start the nonprofit now. I said I want to volunteer with seniors. What's stopping me now? My knees don't hurt no more. Yep. I said I feel like I was called, to be a advocate for people of color in the financial literacy space. I'm not sleepy all the time no more. Now I got to do it. Do you understand the pressure that comes with feeling good? I all this time, y'all, I really thought there were no cons to being healthy. This is a major con. I thought it was all pros. This is a major con. Do you understand the responsibility that comes with being a 12 out of 10? Do you understand the responsibility that comes with having no brain fog? Do you understand? You gotta be What's your excuse? Huh? What's your brain is firing. All the ideas are flooding you every day. It's so much responsibility. I might as well eat myself back into brain fog. I might as well eat myself back into a 3X. I might as well eat myself back into these aches and pains. I might as well go ahead and have this dairy and put myself down for a couple of days that time of the month with cramps because I can't do anything. I'm hurting. I can't do anything. I don't feel well. I need a Motrin. There's so much responsibility that comes with being well. And now I understand the group of you who have the means, who have the resources, who have the knowledge, who have the access, and you're still demanding to stay sick. I understand you now because there's so much responsibility with being well, and you can't fathom the physical responsibility that comes with this level of health. You can't fathom the social responsibility that comes with this level of health. You can't fathom the moral responsibility will finally have to be radically obedient to the things you've been writing on your vision board for years. You can't fathom having to be responsible to the things you've been telling your friends about for years. Like now it's real. Like now you can afford to travel like you need to become the speaker that you were called to be. You don't hurt anymore. You're not insecure in front of the camera anymore. You can wear that little black dress and be fine as well. What? Oh, I'm talking to myself. My bad. I forgot y'all was here. You feel me? All these hot little numbers I be on in these streets with my pumps on. I'm well enough to do it. I'm responsible for doing it. That now I get it. Like, thank you. I love my students. They be teaching me at the same time I be teaching them. She said I was afraid of taking this class because I knew I would be successful. And with success comes responsibility. Why y'all ain't tell me this? Because I could not figure y'all out. I used to lose sleep at night. Like, I don't understand. I done told them to stop eating that mess. I done told them to stop doing that mess. I done told them to take they. I done told them what temperature to turn the room to at night so they can get the best quality of sleep. Why are they not listening to me? Lisa, because there's so much responsibility that we're doing that. You thinking they all they care about is feeling good. No, they thinking about all the things they're gonna have to now own up to that they've been claiming they want, that they've been claiming they want to accomplish, that they've been claiming they want to do for years. You silly goose. These people are afraid of the responsibility of being well. I ain't even come on here to talk to y'all today. I just came to share with y'all my revelation for like now I can sleep better because I get it. There is a responsibility that will be in this healthy. Like my mom, I helped her reverse pre-diabetes, got her blood pressure down, lost weight. Now she's looking to me to keep the party going. Lisa, I'm about to come work for you when I retire. First of all, no, you're not. You done been fired once. Don't get fired again over here. Those of y'all who know, I fired my mama. Okay. But I did get her healthy first. Okay. I did get her healthy first because I love her. She's a good person. She just can't work for me. Okay. So it's important to note the responsibility of getting healthy. There's a responsibility that comes with it. And for those of you that continue to self-sabotage, what I suspect is that third one is the one that you're worried about. I mean, I've had several students say it to me, and I just got to guess that they're not alone in really being afraid of no longer having, a reliance on medications and a reliance on medical equipment and constant doctor's appointments and constantly waking up, never knowing how they're going to feel. I have to believe that there's a part of them that when thinking about being free of all of that stuff causes them some anxiety. And I have to believe that there's a portion of you who feel like they do as well, where there's a part of me, like if I wake up tomorrow feeling my absolute best self, like if I wake up tomorrow, my blood sugar is stabilized, my blood pressure is stabilized, my cholesterol is stabilized, I'm at a healthy weight, I'm not insecure in my body, I can walk, I can run, I don't have stomach issues, I don't have digestive issues, I don't have reproductive health issues, these fibroids is gone, these flare-ups is gone, my skin is clear now, like my taste buds are good, like I actually crave healthy food. I can't imagine a number of you that will be scared out of your ever-loving minds if you woke up tomorrow and felt that good, because there's a responsibility that comes with it. I'm like here's how I know. I tried to take a vacation at the end of July. It was an epic fail. But I tried. When I say vacation, I mean just take days off. I wasn't going anywhere, but I knew for a fact I was pretty much burnt out and I needed to take some time off. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna figure out. I don't know how people do it. I don't have a coach that and then taught me how to take time off, but I'm gonna try it. And so here's what happened. I said, I'm about to take off 5 days. I think it was like July 19th to like the 24th, right? I was like, oh, I'm about to be off, right? Do y'all know what happened? After the first day of like resting, and because when you eat healthy and you're at a healthy weight and you don't have pre-existing conditions and pre-existing diagnoses, when you tired, all you really need to do is rest, and you are like, your battery charges really quick. Okay. So that's what happens to me. Like my battery charges really quick, like in a matter of hours. Right. And so after the first day of trying to be on vacation, my battery was charged. And now I had cognitive dissonance. I was like, okay, the purpose of this vacation was to get rested. I feel rested. But the other purpose of this vacation was to just reset and take some time off and not work. The purpose of the vacation was to not work. So it was to get rested. But even after being rested, I was supposed to not work. Like that was the assignment. Like don't work for 5 days. So it's a wild notion, by the way. It's wild. I don't know how y'all do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm not supposed to work, but I feel good enough to work. Like, how do I navigate this weird thing? Like, I'm not supposed to work, but I feel good enough to work. And so I was literally for 5 days, it was so stressful. Like, and I'm using stressful lightly, but it was so overwhelming to be this rested, to have a battery that's at 100%, but to have a directive not to work. Like, my team was supporting me. Lisa, you're supposed to be off. Are you off? Don't come. I messaged one part of my team. Like, what happened at class today? What y'all do? She was like, I thought you were supposed to be on vacation. I said, don't talk to me like that. I'm the boss. You feel me? She like, everybody was checking me. I'm all checking in, like, how farm to table go today? What the students say? Anything good? And they're like, you're supposed to not be working. And I'm like, but I feel good enough to work. Just give me a little information. You know what I mean? And that's how I know. Like, because I feel the pressure. I feel the pressure. Like when my battery recharges, which it does really quickly because I'm healthy, right? My battery recharges so quickly when I get tired and stuff that I feel the pressure to work. I'm like, I might as well send some emails. I might as well record a reel. I might as well plan out content for the next week. Like, no, you can't, Lisa. You're supposed to not work. That's the challenge right now, right? And that's how I know. Like, I get it, y'all. Like, y'all know how good it feels to feel good, but you also understand the pressure of feeling good. And that pressure, that feeling well comes with pressure. And you have to make some decisions. So I need you guys to be very careful with sabotaging yourself because you're avoiding the responsibility of being healthy. I need you to be very careful with continuing to self-sabotage because you're avoiding the responsibility of being the most optimal version of yourself. But I do want to apologize for those of you who I've been judging for about 9 years. Like I ain't gonna lie, I've been judging some of y'all. I mean, these are my confessions. You feel me? I've been judging some of y'all because I could not understand why, if you have everything at your disposal to be the best version of yourself, why you're not why is it all gas? Why is it not all gas, no brakes? I couldn't understand for years I couldn't understand what was wrong with y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I might lose some followers and some listeners over this, but I thought y'all was problematic. I'm like, how? We spelling it out for them. We're addressing their limiting beliefs and we're talking emotional intelligence and I'm teaching nutrition science and I'm teaching lifestyle science and I'm breaking my backs on these master classes and recording these podcast episodes and I'm showing up in person and shaking hands and kissing babies. And I hate that. Pass the hand sanitizer. And I'm doing all of this and y'all still coming back after 3 months, after 2 weeks, after 1 year talking about I'm still on the journey. I'm still in transition. I'm like, what? I done saw you in my last 18 master classes. How is you still in transition? Who keep moving the goalposts? You should be at the finish line by now. But I get it. Y'all avoiding the responsibility of being well. Thank you. I get it. Why y'all laughing at me on Instagram? I get it now. I get it now. Because I was breaking my back. I'm like, it ain't no way now. I'm steady studying at night. Okay, maybe I don't know enough. Maybe I'm not helping them enough. Maybe I need to develop even more mastery. Lisa, go back to school pre-med. Maybe you don't know the science good enough. Lisa, go learn exercise science some more. Lisa, go tap into your psychology degree. Lisa, go study emotional intelligence. Lisa, go study the art of healing. Lisa, go get healed yourself and show them what it looks like to be a healed person navigating the world. Lisa, I'm trying to be the possibility model. I'm trying to be the coach. I'm trying to be the teacher. I'm trying to be the accountability partner. I'm like, but how am I keep seeing the same people that's still trying to lose the same weight? They're afraid of success. Got it. Whew. All this time. And y'all wrong. Y'all owe me an apology too, because y'all had me thinking it was me the whole time. And it was y'all. So somebody needs to put I'm sorry in the chat. Okay. This whole time, y'all had me thinking I was the problem. I'm studying. I'm refining how I'm speaking. I'm like, okay, maybe I gotta tell more jokes. All right, make them laugh. That'll let their guard down. Okay. Lower your prices. Maybe they just need to get in the whoo, child, y'all done stressed me out for 9 years. The whole time y'all was the problem. The whole time y'all knew something that I didn't know, which is there's a responsibility that comes with being healthy that you were avoiding. Late bloomer on Instagram said, sorry, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Because I go to bed at a regular time now. I don't let y'all stress me. But I done figured this out. When she said I was avoiding taking your class because I knew I would be successful, that did it for me. I said, why would somebody be afraid of being healthy? That's wild. And it clicked. And God gave me the divine download this morning after my workout, y'all. I said, boom. What are the responsibilities of being healthy? Well, there's a physical responsibility. You got to keep lifting. You got to keep eating plants. There's a social responsibility. You now are a role model for the people around you, and they're going to be requiring you and relying on you to stay the course. Like, because if you fail, they gonna get permission to fail. So you gotta stay healthy once you get healthy. That's a heavy social responsibility. And then the moral responsibility. Oh my God, now I gotta be obedient to what God called me to do because I don't have no excuses no more. There's a lot of responsibility with being a 12 out of 10. And y'all, I am so sorry for not understanding that before now. But now that we both have a clear understanding after this 34-minute episode, guess what we all about to do? Act right. Guess what we all about to do? Eat right. Guess what we all about to do? Move right. Guess what we all about to do? Sleep right. Guess what we all about to do? Create exit strategies from chronic stress. Because we all know now, don't we? Uh-huh. We all know better. I know better as your coach, and I get it when people, I'm afraid of being successful. What? But I get it now. I'm not judging y'all no more. My judgment is over. I'm supporting y'all, and I get it. And I want you to know you are right. There is responsibility that comes with this, but I also want you to know there are great rewards. There are great rewards. And it feels amazing to wake up every day and be obedient to the thing called God called you to do. It feels amazing every day for me to get up and talk to y'all and yell at y'all and have these conversations because he gave me the gift of speaking. He gave me the gift of articulation. He gave me the gift of breaking down complex ideas and simplifying them so a ton of people can understand. He gave me the gift of intellect. He gave me the gift of being funny. Like he gave me this gift, and it is my responsibility to re-gift it to you guys every single day. And you have the same responsibility. Like, and I want you to know, just because you are going out of your way to self-sabotage yourself to stay sick, that also doesn't let you off the hook for what you have been held responsible to do. I hope y'all know that too. You have a responsibility for executing on the assignment that God gave you. And you deciding to continue to eat sugar, you deciding to continue to put all that saturated fat and cholesterol in your body, you deciding to not work out, you deciding to not get good rest, does not let you off the hook. You're going to have the same responsibility and the same consequences as somebody who knew better. You got the same responsibility as somebody who didn't know. Both of y'all. Disobedience is disobedience. I don't care how you got there. I don't know. I don't care if you got to the end of your life and never fulfilled the assignment because you were sick the whole time, or if you got to the end of your life and never fulfilled the assignment because you were scared the whole time, but you was a 12 out of 10. The same consequences come with disobedience. So your strategy of continuing to self-sabotage yourself and your health ain't gonna work. It's gonna be the same consequence. Disobedience, you're gonna have the same consequence. So your strategy is a horrible strategy. So get to work. Do what's required to become the best version of yourself. Sleep, purpose, chronic stress, eating right, movement, social connections, faith, spirituality. Do the work that you are avoiding and show up on assignment. That's it, and that's all. Let me tell you something. If you need help and you need a boost, you need to get registered for our next 30-day vegan challenge. I'm telling you right now, our next 30-day vegan challenge, it's not even popping off until January. We already are approaching 300 registrants. That's ooh. If you used to me being a 12 out of 10, if you've been listening to me on here, wait till y'all see how crazy I go in the challenge. I'm with y'all twice a week during a challenge. We're going to be together Wednesday nights and Saturday mornings. Our full prep month starts in December. The challenge kicks off January 1st. From now until December 1st, we have prep master classes. So every month, September, October, and November, I'm doing 3 free master classes for you guys. We'll be on Zoom once a month, September, October, November. Then in December, I'm going live 7 days straight leading up to the challenge. I think it's like December, it might be Christmas Day or the day after Christmas, all the way to January 1st. I'm going live every day for 7 days straight. So y'all can know what y'all need to know for the challenge. Like we going crazy. So if you want to come get this health, if you want to take our plant-based vegan challenge, no salt, no oil, no sugar for 30 days, get registered at lisaangelsmith.com/challenge. If y'all listening to this on the replay, it's in the show notes of the podcast, the Plant Protocol podcast here. If you're watching this on Instagram, on YouTube, I got it pinned here in the chat. Instagram, you can just click the link in my bio or just comment challenge when this video is over and we'll send you the registration page. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you're like, okay, Lisa, I get it. I'm ready to take on the responsibility of being healthy, then come register for the challenge. Come get this health with us. People on average, what we saw is probably weight loss between 12 to 15 pounds in 1 month. We saw people reducing medications I would say the next biggest result will be the mental clarity. We heard a lot of people reported like brain fog lifting. A lot of people reported being able to overcome their cravings for salt, oil, and sugar when they thought like I would never be able to give up sugar. A lot of people were able to do that. So a ton of results. So come get this health 30-day challenge. It kicks off in January, but prep starts like pre-prep starts in September. Prep starts in December. Challenge starts in January. Like our runtime for the challenge is insane. So, like I said, we're approaching. Last time I checked, we were at like 260 registrants. So add your name to the list if you want to be. If you want me to be your coach for 30 days, and you want me to yell at you like this, and you want me to give you all the tips, and you want a little nutrition science, you want a little tough love. Don't get your hair done in January because your edge is going to be messed up every time you come to class. So like save some money, might as well save some money on your hair on that month. And that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all I got. You're welcome, Silver. What y'all say on YouTube? Brianna says, oh, I feel a lot of us choose to reject it. Stay the calling on our life because we think the responsibility is too heavy. Yes, yes, yeah. Oh, choose to reject or delay the calling. Thank you for correcting that. Excellent. If I stay paycheck to paycheck, I can say I don't have time to foster new friendships or be obedient to my mission. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's a good one, Brianna. If I stay paycheck to pay, it's something about being the less optimal version of yourself in every area of your life that lets you off the hook, or so you think. So shout out to y'all for watching here on YouTube. Shout out to y'all for watching on Instagram. Listen, if y'all want some more fire, make sure y'all watch my podcast on the Good Living Now, my episode on the Good Living Now podcast with Harold LaFall. Harold was fire. He asked me some of my favorite questions. And so I went crazy on his podcast. He dropped that episode on Friday, I think. So if you guys have not, check out my episode of on the podcast, on the Good Living Now podcast, with Harold LaFall. Shout out to Harold for having me on his show. And he dropped that episode on Friday. The best way to listen to it is to watch it on YouTube. So YouTube, check out just type in the Good Living Now with Lisa A. Smith on YouTube. It's a fire episode. I listen, y'all know it's fire because I listen back to all my own stuff so I can critique myself and get better. And so I was listening back to it this weekend. And I was like, ooh, girl, you cold with it. You ever just pat yourself on the back like, that was a cold line right there. Yeah, buddy. So check that out, the Good Living Now podcast with yours truly, Lisa A. Smith. It was a fire episode and everybody been talking about it. We managed to get nearly 3K views in about 48 hours. So I was super proud of that. So thank y'all. So I appreciate y'all. That's it. We'll be back here next Monday with another fire episode. I'm flying out to Atlanta tomorrow for a speaking engagement. Shout out to y'all who are going to be in Atlanta. I'll be speaking at the Bronze Lens Film Festival. We're showing our film that I was in called Sisters Getting Well. And we're doing a talk back and a Q&A after. So I'm going to be on somebody's stage acting up on Wednesday in Atlanta. And so Atlanta, I will see y'all soon. And until then, guys, I'll see you back here next Monday with another live episode of the Plant Protocol podcast. Until then, peace out, y'all.